The 2025 season is fast approaching, so I need to know how far my clubs go for this year. Had it for 2024, but there has been some major upgrades this year. Comment down below what you think. Are you surprised? Is it what you expected? Can I get the big dog 300 yards? But don't skip to the end just to see that. Let's get into it. Right then, working our way up the bag, starting with my most lofted club, the sand wedge, which is a 56. Previously went 88 carry, so that's all I'm interested in. Not likely to have changed much. Nice little start. I'm going to try and hit 3 shots with each, 3 good shots, and get rid of any absolute terrors, which is not out of the question. 94 to start. Have we gained yardage? Thing is, I very rarely hit shots as hard as this. So this is basically my 100% sand wedge, and I use this almost entirely from 94 yards and closer. That carried 92. One more. There we go. First shank of the day. That one we shall ignore. We'll also ignore that flat skull. That's better. Alright, there we go. So a couple of extra yards and we'll go to the 52. Same make and model, MG2. So in the 93 yard category, that sand wedge, this was 105. So we're expecting 110. Not interested in the total figures because that's very much course dependent. Just want to know what I need to carry, bunkers, hazards, etc. Lovely one to start. There we go. I think that was 103 or 104. Tiny pull, so it might go longer. Yeah, 112. Not beyond the realms of possibility, but I'm pushing it there. So following suit somehow. Don't know where I've gained the extra yardage. Yeah, that's a good one to finish. Nice, smooth swing. Okay. On to the 50. The weird setup continues in this area. So these are all areas of the bag I'm looking to improve. To be fair, the wedges are quite old now. This one is 22 years old, I believe. Should go 120, so it fits the gap between that 52 and then my pitching wedge. Bit of a flail right, but I struck it okay. Thing is, you don't want to just include the ones you flush because it's fairly wet. Even for me,
a tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love, and on the way I dropped it, I dropped it, and on the way I dropped it. A little boy, he picked it up and put it in his pocket.
one more. Down to 8. This is where it gets interesting for me, because these are not custom fit for me. So previously, I carry, I believe. less on that, that's fine, as long as we know. As you might have guessed, onto the 9. Previously, 140. Flush on, so maybe that's gone slightly further than my usual best, but I'm only 4.6. So suddenly there's 20 yards of difference between that and my e-wedge. So yeah, it's 6 by accident. No. Should be said I'm a ball striker. I would eliminate from my game being that these irons are half an inch longer than normal. But no. Okay. I'm in the 140 range, which is as I would hope. A few squirrely ones with the 9 there, but we'll try and correct that for the 8. So this was 155, so this is where we saw the jump before. So looking for something similar. Start. And I think that was exactly 155. So maybe you'd forgive me for just stopping there, but I won't. 154. Interesting. Good for me though, it's very similar to previous, so I don't have to think too much on it. Shorter. One more. One thing I'm really trying to work on this year is transition. Get that arm in. And be putting. Might be starting a series from plonker to putter. Yes. Because I can't putt. So the ball's good ball is somewhat relevant to interesting. Somewhere in the region of 155. Okay. 7-piece out the bag, and this is where we transition to the CBs and the MBs. A tiny bit more forgiveness. This will be interesting because this is where I tried my best to get the right gap in. So you probably see better than it's done. Looking for 165-ish would be nice. I don't think I'll be getting 165. Well, I nailed it actually. Contrary to my thinking. As crazy as this sounds, I struggle with the light. I'm seeing multiple shadows, so it's really, really difficult to track where that's over. That's good one with the 7. Good strike, but it's really short here. Where I'd expect to take it. I'm going to take it straight over. Or not perfect. If only you could just strike a golf ball like that all the time. Oh wow. That was an absolute rocket. That's interesting. 184. To be honest, I don't actually mind 20 yards because I'm quite comfortable hitting little ones, so just going to diverge away from the full swings for a 3/4 to see if I can get one to 175 here, which usually involves a tiny cut. Didn't mean a push cut, but let's have a look. Look at that. If I've just hit 175 on the nose, albeit probably in the water, 176. Go me. So I have got it in the locker, just a change of shape. Right, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Whoa, that was nice. Actually compressed that. Don't need any more. Goodness me. Okay, well we know. 186. Wowzer. Oh, it just feels spectacular. Okay, 5-iron. And is £1,100 well spent? That is the question. Probably should have cleaned this one. 190 is what we're looking for now. Oh, mother of mercy. Can I just end with that? So before, that would have had about, I don't even know how much spin, like 3,000? I think that might have been my 7-iron, so that's got 4,200. 193. I was looking for 190. Oof. Yes, please. Just a tiny block, but I'm right edge of the fairway. Loving that. If that's my biggest spread with a 5-iron, then yes, please. I've shanked it. Got too ahead of myself, of course. Shanked it again. Yeah, just like that. A little low, but happy with that. Okay, last one. 205. Looks a bit menacing down at the ball, but we'll try and find the club face. Oh, the accidental stinger. I mean, that's going to roll for days. Not really what we're after. Tiny push, but great strike. I think we got it over 200. So we're gaining, right? 200 exactly. Okay. Couple more good ones then. Nope. There we are. Almost identical to the other one. Right, iron's done. Okay, we transition to the hybrid, and I'll be honest, I don't know how long this is going to stay in the bag for. It's a Heavenwood Big Bertha from 2003. Still goes like stink, so no complaints. However, does the new tech help me? You would think so. Looking for 215 carry here. That was a nice way to start. That surprised even me. Into the 220s. Last time I hit this, I topped it, so that is an infinite improvement. 222 for Chew. And that is completely the opposite. What's confusing about that is that didn't feel a great deal different to the first, but was vastly different. Not the fadey one, but better struck. Okay, I I think we might have crept to 210. Let's try and hit another draw and I'll be happy with that. That was nice. Probably would be creeping towards the right edge of the fairway. So not too dissimilar. TaylorMade Sim Max 3 would 245 if we can. Teeing it up because I'm so scared to hit it off the floor. And that's why. That's nice. Little more than 245, let's just say that. 255. Interesting. Oh yeah. I'm all about that. That's as good as I've got. Into the 250s again. Try get one more. A little pull this time, but struck okay. Into the 250s again, so not the best to finish, but it works. And here we go. And is this the moment everybody's waited for? How far can a single-digit golfer hit his driver? Well, nowhere if I can't get the tee in the bloody ground. Kind of like that. Got over 300 without really trying. I say trying, nearly flung myself off my feet. But I feel like I can swing harder. 278 carry, and that was quite low. That's quite nice as well. Certainly not missed the fairway. Okay. A little shorter, but you could see that was a little left to right rather than right to left. 292 total. Okay, lads and lasses, for the last one, I'm giving this the old Ripper Magoo, see what we can get out of it. Probably go wildly offline. I need to try and hit a draw, maximise the distance with a lack of spin. Don't need that though. That's as good as I've got. Just under 290 carry. Tired? Right guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you have enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. See you next time.